Although some people have told me that it really doesn't. See, it looks like it. Good morning, WW Robinson. Today is January 10th, 2019. I have Luke here with me this morning. How are you, Luke?
Good.
Ready for a great Thursday?
Yeah.
Or as I like to call it, Friday Eve?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. All right. It is day 3 in our rotation. Tell us what's for lunch.
Spaghetti meatball sauce, tossed salad, green beans, banana, choice of juice, garlic knot, choice of milk.
All right. Sounds like a good lunch. And we have Journey here to tell us about the weather. Come on over, Journey. All right, come on over here. I'll hold this so that we can see you. Tell me, what is the weather today? Cloudy. And did you see some snowflakes yesterday? Yeah, I don't know if we'll see any today, but it is definitely cold, isn't it? Yes, it is really cold this morning. And I have Alvaro here to lead us in the pledge. So please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Alvaro. Good job. All right, please join me for a moment of silence. Thank you. All right, we have some birthdays today. Celebrating a birthday, we have Taylin Brazy, Hugo Wang, and Aviana Zayas. Happy birthday to those folks. Hope you have an absolutely wonderful day. And then we also want to wish happy birthday to one of our staff members, Miss Hoover. Happy birthday to Miss Hoover today. Lots of birthdays today. All right, so I don't have any special announcements. Do you have any shout outs this morning? All right.
Josh Lopes, Grant Bowman, Miss Gerard's class, Miss Henry's class, Miss Weimer's class, everyone, and Miss Proctor.
All right. Thanks, Luke. All right. We are on chapter 2. Chapter 1 was a long chapter. If you remember, we're learning about Benji and what's going on, and he's going to have some more tests done. He's having an EEG done on his brain so we can find out what's going on. The way I see it, my life is now divided into 2 sections. Before the brain tests, which is everything you just read about, and after the brain tests, which is what I'm going to tell you about now. My EEG was totally normal. My PET scan, which checked out my brain cells, was totally normal. And I guess it's always the third's the charm, because it was my MRI that came back almost perfect, but not quite. Dr. Helen showed my parents and me the digital images of my brain that the MRI had captured. She said that the MRI was the most detailed of all the tests. Which one was the MRI again? The one where you had to shave my head? The one with all the colors? Or the one where I went into the giant bread machine? Bread machine. Anyway, on the scan, Dr. Helen said she'd found a tiny spot, which could be a lesion or could be nothing at all. At the mention of the word lesion, my mom started breathing a little heavy, but Dr. Helen nipped her worries right in the bud. I'm telling you right now that all those terrible things you're thinking are not true, so don't go there. My mom nodded. She completely believed in Dr. Helen, and so did I. She said for now, there was no way to tell if it was that tiny little spot that caused my episode, but it might have. She said seizures were far more common than we realize, and that most children who have seizures in their youth outgrow them as they get older. So I'm going to have another one? Dr. Helen shook her head. Benji, we don't know that for sure. But for now, since the tests were inconclusive, we have to label it as idiopathic epilepsy. What's idiotic epilepsy? It's idiopathic epilepsy, which means epilepsy of an unknown origin. But I faint all the time. Why is this any different? Benji, hush. Let Dr. Helen talk. So are you saying Benji has epilepsy? That sounds serious. Is that why he faints a lot? No, I'm not saying that at all. But what happened at school wasn't a fainting spell. Benji had a major seizure, and that's much more serious. Now, what I'm most concerned about in Benji's case is that during a seizure, he hit his head on the floor hard enough to get a mild concussion. Well, I joked, if it happens again, I'll get my 10th punch in my hospital punch card and I'll get a prize. Benji, you were very lucky to be at school when it happened, so you were able to get immediate attention. But what if it happens again and you aren't at school or at home with your mom? What if it happens when you're crossing the street or at the mall or swimming or at home alone? Well, if it happened somewhere else, I guess I'd fall down. But if I was swimming, then I stopped talking. I understood what she was trying to tell us. My mom got her point too, because she started doing that short, quick breathing she does when she starts getting upset. And she also pulled me into her arms and squeezed me hard. So, my dad asked Dr. Helen, what should we do? Well, normally in such cases, we put Benji on anti-seizure medication just for a while so we could make sure it didn't happen again. But Benji isn't a good candidate for the standard drug therapies, mainly because his asthma medication may cause an adverse reaction. And this is the exact moment my life changed forever. Dr. Helen opened a box and pulled out a green helmet. What the heck is that? I shouted. My mom shushed me and told me to listen to Dr. Helen. Benji, this is a padded safety helmet which will protect your head if it happens again. It also contains a transmitter that signals for help if the need arises. I'm going to ask you to wear it for a while. You mean like now? Yes, but I'm going to want you to keep wearing it. You mean for the rest of the time and in the hospital? Yes, and then I'm going to want you to keep wearing it after that. You mean you want me to wear it like all the time? I could barely breathe. No way, not a chance. Never, ever, ever going to happen. And just in case I'm not being clear, no thank you. Even if you'd been there, you wouldn't have believed this thing. It looked like the world's ugliest bicycle helmet, only much, much worse. It covered my whole forehead and the entire back of my head too. Plus it was made of ugly green foam and it had ugly green straps that buckled under my chin. Basically, it was a disaster. It was way worse than the new kid pulling his laptop bag through the halls on wheels. Billy Thompson would drop that kid like a hot potato and set his sights right back on me. I doubted I'd even make it through a whole day alive. And what's worse, I was sure more kids would make fun of me too. There would be no more flying under the radar with this thing. Mom, I'm not wearing that thing. No way. Please don't make me. For the first time in a long time, my mom was speechless. So Dr. Helen continued. Benji, I know it doesn't look great, but it will protect your head in case you have another episode. And that's really the most important thing here. I don't care if I have another episode. I'm not wearing that thing. Not today, not ever. Mom, you can't make me wear it. I won't wear it. And you know why this is happening, don't you? It's because I lost my lug nut. Dr. Helen looked confused. Your what? Benji, that has nothing to do with this. Benji, this has nothing to do with the lug nut. How do you know? Benji, it'll turn up. I haven't had a chance to look for it since you've been in the hospital. It could be in the car somewhere. She looked at Dr. Helen and explained, it's his lucky charm. I had it right before I had my episode at school, and now I don't know where it is. It probably got swept up by the janitor, and now my entire life is going down the toilet. Stop worrying about it. Your dad will get you another one, won't you, honey? Well, it's not that simple because, like I said, it was made specifically for that particular rocket, and they're not. My mom interrupted him. Everyone stop talking about the lug nut. I don't care about the lug nut. What I do care about is finishing our conversation with Dr. Helen because I'm sure she's very busy saving lives and I don't want to take up too much of her time. So, Dr. Helen, do you really think this is necessary? I mean, normally anything you say we would do, but Benji does have a point. It's pretty unattractive. There is one other option, but I'm not sure, Dr. Helen said. What is it? Just tell me. I almost got down on my knees. I was that desperate. There are specially trained therapy dogs that could, before Dr. Helen could even finish her thought, my mom cut her off. Absolutely not. Benji is allergic to dogs and I have white carpet in the living room. Mom, please let Dr. Helen finish. Dr. Helen told us about therapy dogs that are used for people with epilepsy or other brain disorders. The dogs don't know what an episode is about. The dogs know when an episode is about to come on, and they know exactly how to get the person to safety and to also call for help. She said the dogs are expensive, but she was pretty sure she could make a few calls and help us find one if we were interested. Oh, we're interested. Definitely interested. Call right now. Mom, let Dr. Helen use your phone, I said. Benji, it's out of the question. You're allergic to dogs, and I doubt we can afford one. You'll never, ever have to give me an allowance for the rest of my life. I won't go to college. You can use the money for the dog, and I'll get allergy shots. I don't mind. They have those, right, Dr. Helen? You hate shots, Benji. No. I'll learn to love them, Mom. Please, Mom. Pretty please. I'd say you don't want to wear that helmet. What do you think? We're going to stop there for today. So I'm anxious to see what happens tomorrow. I don't blame you for not wanting to wear a helmet. Would you want to wear a helmet to school?
No.
No. I mean, I understand if it's for safety, but that would be pretty hard, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to see the papers and stuff.
Yeah, it would be hard. And I imagine there'd probably be kids that would make fun.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. So you can choose to be the kind of leader that you would follow and make it a great day. So long.